Welcome to Lunchbox Sociables, where we talk all things music, music related, music adjacent, and sometimes not music at all. And today I'm joined by Leslie Taylor. Hi, Leslie.
Hi, Leo.
Speaking of things not music related at all, do you know what this is?
Tin can?
A tin can.
Yeah.
So, have you ever noticed that this is the on the roads, like this, when they have a symbol for no littering on the roads,
yeah,
this is what they use for a symbol, as a tin can.
Tin can with the lid halfway up.
Yeah,
I know.
So at what point were people out in their car opening up a tin and eating soup out of the beans out of a can? Like, how did this get to be the symbol?
I don't know.
It really should be like a Tim Hortons cup or Starbucks cup. This is
definitely.
This is Tim Hortons soup, but I just like, it's the oddest thing that do people even know. Like, do the young folks know what a
tin can,
open
tin can means litter?
Yes.
Yeah.
Like the Gen Zs. Hey, any Gen Zs out there? Do you know what that? Do you know when you've seen that symbol? Do you know what that means? Anyway, there we go.
Okay, so it's almost April, Leo. It is April.
Yeah.
What have you been up to?
Yeah, so we did our last podcast in December. January, I was sick for almost all of January. I got a bad cold on the second day of January. I was like, okay, this is 2025 is going to be my year. I got sick on the second day of January. So January was almost a write-off, but I did get into like major, like a decluttering, and what do you call that? Is it that Swedish
death cleaning?
Swedish death cleaning. I culled and got rid of so much stuff. I went through all like boxes of photo albums, and I've just been doing like a digital cleanup, like cleaning up all the photos. That's the thing with a digital camera. You just amass so many. So, and terabytes of extra like all from the music videos. Got rid of all that stuff. Just totally cleaned up my world. February, got back into swimming, got back to the pool. In February, I finally, after all these years, upgraded my Samsung S3. You were a really good little phone, but as it turns out, they're literally retiring the 3G network that this is on. So it's just got it in time. So I upgraded. Now, I had this since I think 2013. I did go and have an S7 back in like 2017 or 18 that I didn't upgrade it to, and then this was too old. So then I upgraded to a S20, which I'm recording Leslie on right now, and that's 2020. So I'm at least 5 years behind already.
I thought you had the S24 because I have the S23, and I thought you were ahead of me.
No.
Oh, okay.
S20. So I'm still behind the curve. But
You're still behind.
But the thing is, now I have a phone that can do all sorts of things. As soon as I got on it, Rob the bass player got me on WhatsApp, and he immediately started sending me joke stuff. I said, wow, this was really good. I'm glad that I got on WhatsApp just so I can start getting these funny things. But so I'm on I'm on the gram.
And you can download other podcasts on there as well?
Yes, I can. I saw your podcast on it, so I can do things. Like the S3, all I could do was text and make phone calls. And it was good because I couldn't do too much. So now I'm more connected to the world, even though I'm still hanging tough of my news blackout.
Oh, I was going to ask you if you were still doing the no news thing.
Yeah, since there was a reason. Early November. It was around November 6th. Yeah. there was a reason. I just said, yeah, that's it, done. And I got off of all my news, Washington Post, New York Times, MSNBC, no more Rachel.
So then I guess you don't know that we've been annexed by the U.S.
Whoa. I don't want to hear anything.
We're now the 51st state. Did you not hear that?
Okay, I wouldn't mind that.
Are you serious?
I don't mind that.
We should start this podcast playing the Star Spangled Banner then?
I can start collecting guns.
Oh, no, Leo.
You had to tell me about, Leslie had to tell me about Jimmy Carter dying.
Yeah.
I had to text my sister to say, who won the Super Bowl? And then I said, who was in the Super Bowl? So what?
Did you hear we have an election coming up at the end of the month?
Again through you, but not.
I'm sure you've seen the signs around the neighborhood and stuff.
I only seen one sign so far.
Oh, okay.
But you know what? I'm a lot happier. I am way happier not seeing stuff on the news, and I get very little social media, so I'm just happier.
It's a balance between being informed and being enraged. Where you're hearing things that are just designed to get everybody, and that's what it is. Trying to get everybody enraged. So having a bit more control over your content, I think, is good for your mental health overall.
So. That's and then I was doing I did some podcast work in March. I started doing for future podcasts I want to do a deep dive in, or I'm already doing a deep dive into the Tascam. So I
saw the video. It went way over my head. I'm like, and I sit here all the time and watch you use it and pressing all the buttons, clicking on and clicking off and clicking this and clicking and sliding and all of that. I'm like, I have no idea what you're doing.
So I've wanted to do that deep dive on this for a long time, because it's of all of our podcasts, the podcast that we talked about the Tascam, it's got has the most views. People really want to know about the Tascam. So I say, okay, I'm going to do this deep dive, and so it's coming up. It's 2 parts. One of them's already done, so it'll come out after this podcast, and then I'm working on part 2.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Did you see any of the Oscar movies this year?
I didn't see any of the Oscar movies, but that's funny because just last night I watched A Complete Unknown.
Okay, that was an Oscar movie.
Oh, was it?
Yes, it was.
See? It wasn't bad. I am no fan of Timothée Chalamet.
Yeah.
But I thought he did a pretty good job. There was an awful lot of the looking down with his big, looking up with the big eyes. There was a lot of that, but overall, I was pretty impressed with it. And I learned things, so I go, oh, that's how that played out, and that's how that played out. And I had to reach out to you, and go, that's not Ed Norton, is it? Yeah, it is. So what'd you think of it?
I really liked it. I thought it was a very good movie. It wasn't my favorite movie of the Oscar season, but it definitely was.
And you're not even a Bob Dylan fan.
No, not really.
Yeah,
not really. Okay. But I do like a biopic.
Yeah.
We have to keep in mind that biopics are like one person's interpretation of what happened.
Yeah.
You can't take it as gospel truth because, people stretch things and, all of that to make a good story. But I thought it was well done. I thought he did a good job. And the woman who played Joan Baez was fantastic.
Yeah, I don't even know her.
And no, I can't even remember her name. I feel bad. Maybe put it in the comments or something what her name is. But what I heard about her is that she actually had to learn to play guitar for that because she didn't know how to play the guitar. She was a singer, but she didn't know how to play guitar, so she had to learn for that role.
I don't watch many. I don't watch many biopics. I don't think I've watched many. I liked my favorite was probably the Buddy Holly one with Gary Busey.
Yeah,
and I liked Walk the Line, the Johnny Cash one. I liked the Hank Williams one. I thought it was pretty good.
I don't think I've seen
Coal Miner's Daughter was pretty good, but I don't watch. I don't know if there's been many. Oh, there was one. There was a Beatles one in the late '70s, early '80s. I can't think what it was called, but it was really good. It was.
There was one called something, Nowhere Boy or Nowhere. It was about John Lennon.
Yeah, no, it was not. This was a Beatles one. So
okay.
It was, but it was, and that was just at the time when I had discovered the Beatles 20 years later. Okay, actually, before we get going, because I told you about
another segue. Not a segue.
I got a whole box of concert tickets.
Okay.
So I was thinking we should do a podcast just on all my concerts I've gone to and a little blurb about the highlights of them all. But that's a whole box. And there's some in here that are, you can see they're only cost like $8.
I'll pick a ticket out and I'll say the name of the band and the date, and then you can riff on it and just sort of say what you remember about.
And
then
I can just say that was great or it was bad or what I remember. Oh, and also while I was doing my cleanup. Came in a box of cereal. Can I?
Is that Bobby Sherman?
Bobby Sherman.
So I just saw something online that apparently he's not doing very well. He's quite ill right now, Bobby Sherman.
Yeah. So this was 1973. Song is Free to Roam, but it's a record.
Yeah.
I need to tell that to people.
Was it attached to like
this was
a box or something?
Yeah, inside the box of cereal.
Okay.
You would take it out, and it's never been played. I should go on eBay and see if maybe it's worth something. 1973.
If he dies, then yeah, it probably will be.
Okay. That'll be the first thing I do.
As of today's recording, as far as I know, he's still alive, but his health is not good.
Bobby Sherman. And I came across, I was going through cleaning up and getting rid of old albums and things. So I came across K-Tel's Mindbender.
Oh my goodness.
And what I thought funny about this is there's some great, and there is some really great songs on here. That's the Way I Like It, and SOS, Crazy on You, the theme from SWAT. But it's called, the K-Tel's Mindbender Original Hits, 20 original hits, 20 original artists. Or original stars. And by the third song, Loving You Baby, is, I see, who's that by? E. John and B. Toppin. Oh. So they only got as far as the third song, and they're already not using original artists. So I thought that was pretty funny. Yeah, K-Tel, do they even do that anymore, K-Tel? Probably not, eh?
No, I don't think it exists anymore.
Right. All right. Well, what?
We were talking about the K-Tel records.
And what don't you think I did?
I don't think you really explained about you said song number 3, E. John, B. Toppin. I'm like, Elton John, Bernie Taupin. Like,
yes.
How was that?
But right. But it's saying original stars. But it's not Elton John on here. It's a band called Wednesday.
Okay, so it's a cover tune then.
It's a cover tune, but it's supposed to be original hits, original stars.
Okay, but Elton John also covered The Who. Did you not know that?
Yeah, but then he wouldn't be on a original hits.
I don't know. He might be.
So, do you even remember Wednesday?
I have no idea. I have a band called Wednesday. What's the song called?
Loving You Baby.
Okay. But maybe Wednesday were the first people to record it. Maybe Elton John and Bernie Taupin did not record it.
Whatever.
I think we need to fact check this.
Yeah, well, I'm not fact checking this. Okay. Move on. Let's move on.
Okay, so we have a question from a viewer.
Oh.
Yeah, the question is about what's the on beat and the off beat when you're talking about like clapping or percussion or something like that in music?
It's a very good question, and I'm going to have to set up a few things here to be able to show what that is. And it's really apropos to me because I was Mr. Not clapping on the beat for years and used to drive Lisa crazy. It drove my other friends crazy. I'd always be clapping on the beat and not on the off beat. But and I'll explain why. So just let me set up a few things and I'll be right back.
Okay.
All right, so we're back and we are going to talk about
on beat and off beat.
On beat and off beat. All right, so I've set it up. So here is just a basic beat. Can we all hear this? Okay. Boom,
yep.
Boom, boom. That's a beat. Okay. And then the off beat is like that would be the kick drum, and the off beat would be the snare drum. Oh, there we go. Okay. So when people say, clap to they always say, you clap to the off beat, you're clapping to the. Okay, so but as a musician, as you can, to the beat, it's usually where the shaker goes in. Hope that's not too loud. Shaker doing okay, but we'll bring in the off beat again, and that's where you'd hear the tambourine. The tambourine usually goes to the off beat, and the shaker goes to the beat. But as a musician, why it's always impacted me is we're always playing like a guitar. We always play to the beat. I have to be on the one of the beat. And now there are some guitars that like to they'll play to the off beat. But as a musician, I'm just always with the beat. And so I was Mr. Like I'm doing it wrong. Yeah. But all you gotta do is do a couple, and now you're right on the right. Okay, and then you go 2, and now you're on the wrong one again. So you can just keep going. So that's the on-beat and the off-beat. So the accent is the off-beat.
Okay.
Is that good enough?
Yeah, it sounds reasonable. So, Leo, I know I give you a hard time about your clothing choices from time to time.
I mean, or all the time?
Well, because you always wear like black and gray, and today you're wearing red.
Yes, because of this. And
right.
You say you can't wear black and black.
Yeah.
I own almost no gray. So where are you getting the gray? I own a lot of blue and black. I have a lot of black. And
black and blue and
you pasty white boy, you can't wear it.
Yeah. Well, you got the black hat on, which is kind of blending in with the background.
Yeah, right.
So,
okay.
But
this was in honor of Timothy Chalamet doing because this is what he was wearing for Bob Dylan.
Bob Dylan, yeah. So the only red shirt you own is one from 2014.
I have that Christmas sweater, and then I have this one from 2014.
Yeah,
that was 11 years ago with
Minnie Mouse.
But keeping in mind, I did win the age group.
That's
overall
right,
for 40 something. So it was So hopefully this comes out okay on the. Is it coming out okay on the?
Yeah,
okay.
It looks fine.
Oh, I just have to hit the record button. Oh, I'll have to remember.
You learned something new. Put that in your video. Did a whole Tascam video on Tascam.
I forgot some of the easiest thing.
Oh, there's some record.
There's some real as I was preparing for it, I go, I've never noticed that before. So there's gonna be some funny moments in the deep dive where it's me going, oh, I didn't know that. So that's why that's there. Oh, okay.
Those deep dive podcasts, not just yours, but just in general. Like yesterday, my dishwasher wasn't working, and so I thought, let me go online and see if I can figure out.
This is never making it into the podcast.
See if I can figure out what to do. And the video was like step by step, but I'm like, I am not pulling my entire dishwasher out, flipping it over, and using all these hex wrenches to remove the motherboard. I'm like, that is just not happening.
There might somebody. But okay, so on that note,
yes,
setting the counter.
Okay.
30 seconds. Give me that recipe to make a nice salad vinaigrette for your average musician who's wanting to impress his girlfriend. Okay. 30 seconds. Start.
All right. So start with a little bit of Dijon mustard. Add a little bit something sweet, either honey or maple syrup, about equal parts, and mix that up. And then you're going to add maybe about 1/4 cup of olive oil and whisk it all together so that it's emulsified. And then you're going to add a splash of some type of acid, so lemon juice, apple cider vinegar, balsamic vinegar, anything, and then you're done.
Well, okay. And your podcast link?
Oh, we'll put it down below, but
okay.
Yeah.
Okay,
best to go to Substack and follow me there.
Just so you know, she had no clue that was coming up.
No.
So that's pretty good. Now you lost all of us on emulsified, but you did pretty good. She had
At
no
least
clue.
I didn't use the word emulsion. Create an emulsion. People are like, what?
That was you did good, and without any clue.
Thank you.
All right. Yeah. So where are we at here?
Oh, we're going to talk about your beautiful guitar stand. This has been in every podcast we've done where you've had your guitar. You've had this lovely guitar stand that's clearly not from Long and McQuaid.
Yeah.
So it's a work of art.
You hold this. Oh my God, I'm passing her the. Oh God, that scared me. Ow. Pass this out. And my friend Mark Krumbluski, oh my gosh, he's scaring me with the guitar, made this fabulous. I wish I knew what kind of wood it was. This fabulous guitar stand. It folds up, and it's become my favorite little ornament. Oh, I just broke it. No, I didn't.
Play the one chord I know, G.
All right, how are we getting at here?
So speaking of Bob Dylan, do you ever channel other musicians or producers in your work?
Yes, to some degree, but because I don't play anybody else's, I don't know any cover songs. I can't do a Bob Dylan song.
Well, you did Carefree Highway.
Okay, yeah, there was.
Did you ever record that, or you just played it in?
Yeah, we just played it. We never recorded. But I always say I don't know any covers because I only know like 5 or 6 songs. But so I know like a handful. But it's easier to say I don't know any.
Right.
So I do channel them, But, by the time they gets recorded, nobody ever guesses who it is that I'm channeling. And in the band, we do that as well. We'll say, okay, let's do, let's that section, that we'll call that the Black Sabbath section. And by the time we Lunchbox Social the song to death, you'll never hear it.
There's probably a financial consideration as well, right? If you were to do a cover of someone else's song, you'd have to pay them to use the song, right?
So, but no, I don't. I channel ideas or feelings into things, but I don't really, like I say, because I don't know. We even tried. Okay, I tried to get this little section. Okay, let's just do. There's a Tragically Hip song that I quite like. I go, let's just try and emulate that. We couldn't even do that. So nobody's hearing. We think we're kind of doing it, but nobody's hearing that in there. So we thought we were doing like a nice nod to Tragically Hip, but no one's going to hear it.
Another little quick musical question. I noticed just as you were getting ready to with your guitar, you were tuning it, and why do you tune from the bottom up, the bottom string up? I thought you start with the G string at the top and work your way down.
First of all, it's the E string at the top.
Oh, is it?
Yeah,
I thought it was the G.
The top one is the E, the bottom one is an E. Oh, I go back and forth.
Oh, okay. So there's no rhythm or rhyme or anything?
No.
Okay,
Or I'll start with the string that I think is out. So
out of
there's
tune.
I have no set pattern.
Okay. So what's coming up in future podcast episodes? What do people have to look forward to?
We have the deep dive, the 2-part deep dive on the Tascam.
Yep.
I'm still determined to get Rob the bass player in for a bass player podcast because we have so many music productions. There's 3 songs that are right at the mix level. We have a couple of songs at the pre-production level, and a couple of songs started they're just starting to get recorded. So there's a lot of music is going to be finished in 2025. I have at least 8 or 9 songs, like in some stage of and then there's all the videos for them. Like Because I Breathe, we released that in December and haven't even started the video for it. So we always end up talking about the releases during the podcast. So
and then the question that everybody wants an answer to is, when are you playing live?
We have this habit of ramping all the way up in our rehearsals, and we get really close, and then something happens, and we don't rehearse for like a month, and then we come back, and then Rob and I are going, how's this go again?
You need a date and a venue,
yes.
And it's in the calendar, and then you can't screw off. Like you're like, oh shit, we got to do this on this day. So
yeah. So we're always ramping up. Oh, we're good to go. We're good to go. And then something happens. We miss like 2 months worth of rehearsals, and then we start like, what is this song again? Only Lisa remembers where she remembers everything, but Rob and I, Rob's forever going, okay, which key is this in again? Okay. So all right, so I think that's it. So thanks everyone for I hope that you enjoyed this little podcast, and we're going to do another one on just on the concerts. All right, so have a nice day, and bye-bye.
Bye.